Hi guys, so in today's video, I'm very excited. I'm going to be doing a how I got a full ride to 5 universities, plus sharing my college application essay. I think it's about time that I've read it to you guys. It is very special to me, and I think it's honestly what got me into college. So I'm gonna give you guys my tips on just how to apply for school and how to make your name kind of well known and have a good reputation, as well as give you guys my secrets to just being successful. That is today's video. I'm so excited. If you guys are new here and you've never seen me before, then please subscribe and follow me on my Instagram, my socials. I'll have everything linked down below on the screen. You guys can click on them, stalk me if you want. But yeah, so let's get started. I guess the first thing I'll talk about is the process of me applying to school. When I was applying to school, I told myself I at least wanted to get 1 full ride. Little did I know I was going to get 5, and it would be a little bit difficult choosing what school I was going to go to. But I applied to state schools, I applied to private schools, and 1 Ivy. Do I share what schools I applied to? I don't even freaking remember. Maybe I'll make a list. I'll tell you guys. So I am based in Pennsylvania. I applied to every school I could think of. I was a part of this organization in high school called College Possible, and if you guys have it in your high school, then I definitely recommend joining it. It's basically for low to middle income families, and they help you get into the college, stay in college, be successful, all that jazz. I just needed help applying to college because I didn't know how, and FAFSA, government aid, stuff like that. They helped me with that as well. I apply to all of that on my own. Besides the point, I'm going to list what schools I have applied to. So the first one is obviously the one I'm in right now, so it's Westchester University. I need to write this down so I know. Applied to Temple, LaSalle, Penn State, Pitt, Chestnut Hill, UPenn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where else did I apply to? Williamsburg. I know I applied to more. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. Alright, I actually can't remember all the schools that I applied to, but the ones that I do have listed, so I attend Westchester University and I absolutely love it there. I got into every single school that I had applied to except UPenn. I was waitlisted. It was the only Ivy I applied to, but I'm honestly glad I didn't go because... Alright, so kind of just my tips on applying to school. Think about your SAT score and your GPA as sort of a foundation for your application process. They don't really matter that much necessarily. I feel like a lot of schools are turning into more of a who are you as a person type thing. We want to diversify our university. We want to make it a cool environment. I don't know. It's also really important to be inclusive. When the university looks at you and they say, oh, you were a tennis player, you were class president, you also were a gymnast outside of school, you have really good grades, I think you're pretty cool, let's have an interview. There are perks to being different, and I feel like you need to emphasize that and realize that you're cool no matter what, and nobody should tell you that you're not. So my full rides were not sport related. I don't play sport in college. I played a sport in high school. I was more so into academics than I was anything in high school. I graduated top of my class, basically. I was in the top 5% of my class. The biggest thing I want to emphasize and also just talk about is you need to realize that what makes you you should be written about in your personal essay. There are some universities that ask for supplemental essays, so like shorter paragraphs, also answering certain specific questions. Like Pittsburgh, I know, had supplemental essays. So if you're in high school and you're now applying to university, or you're getting ready to apply to university, really focus all your effort on that essay. I started writing my personal essay 3 years before I even had to apply to school. So I started my sophomore year of high school and I perfected it and I made it exactly how I wanted it to be, and I fell in love with it. So I think it's time that I should read it because I want to give you guys inspiration on what you should write about, and I think that the only way to do that is by reading mine. It's on my notes. I've had it written in here since I graduated. I glimpse over at the ticking white clock at the top of my kitchen cupboard. It's midnight, my prime time. I've always been a night owl. There's something about the stillness in the midnight hour that makes me think more clearly. The thoughts start small until a switch clicks and parts of my past come rushing back. It's too dark to declutter my undusted mind, so I sit and ponder, asking myself why questions of the past and what if questions of the future. Thoughts of figuring out my future have consumed me for as long as I can remember. It seemed like the possibilities were endless. I knew I could be whatever I wanted to be and was committed to figuring it out. Just as any child, I dreamt about going to the stars and becoming an astronaut. That phase eventually passed when I fell in love with the idea of fixing people's smiles. That's it. I was going to be a dentist. That is, until I acquired a really intense attachment to one specific Nickelodeon show, H2O, and thereafter spent countless hours daydreaming as a marine biologist. All this time, while I was struggling to find the thing I wanted to be, I was participating in a sport I had no idea would change my life. From 8 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon, I was just like any other student in my elementary school. After school let out, I went straight to the gymnastics arena where I became something else entirely. I didn't need to find the thing I wanted to be when I grew up. It found me. Gymnastics wasn't just my passion, it was my everything. I found myself in a gymnastics arena twisting, turning, and flipping my way through the first decade of my life. At 10 years old, there was no question in my mind I was going to be an Olympic gymnast. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I was determined to do whatever it would take to get there. Little did I know, it would no longer be within my control. I could be anything I wanted to be, that is, except the one thing I wanted to be. I still vividly remember the day an orthopedic doctor diagnosed me with an abnormal lateral curvature of my spine, otherwise known as scoliosis. I'd never heard this medical terminology before. I quickly learned that this minuscule yet significant word would influence my whole life in ways I never knew was possible. Sit straight, eat before we put your brace on, you look like a robot. All these phrases were constantly repeated over and over again until I became consumed by my painful imperfections. I felt like a soldier fighting for my right to live a normal life without pain and suffering, but instead I developed a habitual routine of visiting doctors, being exposed to radiation for x-rays, and constant hatred of my body. I woke up every morning telling myself to stiffen that upper lip. I asked myself, what are you crying about? I wanted to be strong, but it felt like my whole world was crashing down around me. My tears may be easy to shed, but they don't make me weak. Some days I'm painting gold on rust, other days I smell of death under the scent of sugar perfume. Not every day is perfect, and I get that. I finally get that. This experience has not only helped me grow into accepting myself, but has also helped me finally answer the question of what I want to do with my life. Throughout all the pain and struggle I've experienced, I have decided to dedicate the rest of my life to serving others medically to reach for a healthier and happier, pain-free future. So basically, when I decided what I wanted to write about, I knew that scoliosis and my dream of going to the Olympics was something that was very special and important to me. So that's what I knew I wanted to write about, and it kind of was cohesive and it went hand in hand with my dream of also working in the medical field. So my tips for writing that essay is just to kind of realize what you're going to write about, find that one topic, stick to that topic, and make it flow into why you're majoring in something, or why sports are your life, or I don't know. Anything. I'm not going to say which schools told me I got a full ride due to my essay, but all I'm going to say is you'd be surprised on how many scholarships there are in the United States. There's an amazing number, and I will leave some links down below if you want to make accounts at these certain websites that have scholarships. Then I definitely recommend doing that. Yeah, I'm just trying to help you guys out, and I figured, being a college student, that it would be helpful, so that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, and if you did, please let me know in the comments, and if you have any questions, then please let me know. You can always DM me on Instagram or just comment down below, and I'd be happy to help. Yeah, I really enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, more advice, educational style videos, then please let me know, and I think that's it. So I will see you guys in my next video.